It doesn't matter how big your shoulders are, how much bulk you got on your body, how big your biceps are, your head's about the same size as the next guy who's half your size. And so it doesn't matter how hard you hit, your heads are all the same. The brain is the same. It's got the same protection. That is very little protection. You can get another knee, get another shoulder, but you can't get another brain.
Let's bring it down, crashing in came Cross, and Bolton is down, and he got him fair and square, and you can see the glazed eyes, I reckon, from here. He's in real trouble.
You basically put on these suits of armour to play AFL football. My grandfather used to always say it's better to wake up in the back of an ambulance than pull out of a contest, so I just sort of went as hard as I could, and it always seemed to come off pretty well, and you know, even have a few big hits here and there, but you just sort of brush yourself off and get up. You are preparing yourself for the battle week in and week out, and then that feeling of, oh no, I'm just going to let my team down by going off with a knock.
And actually, it's not the knock there that's the problem. That's not the problem. But it's a sudden movement, a sudden jolt, the acceleration and deacceleration, because the brain is like a bit of jelly sitting inside there. And it goes forward in the box, knocks on the front there, and bounces backwards and forwards.
I had one particular incident against the Brisbane Lions. Clashed heads in the opening minutes. And that just, yeah, that rattled me a fair bit.
Bolton's landed very heavily, hasn't moved.
Often, after a person's had a head injury, their judgment is impaired. That means, first of all, they're more likely to get another head knock. We know that. They're far more likely to get another head knock.
Drummond just rode him a little, and it's Jude's free.
Yeah, he's no good again, Jude.
No,
Bolton.
he was nearly knocked out in that opening minute. A little bit unsteady, isn't he? He doesn't know where he is. Well, he can't pick the ball up.
Well, he's looking at 6 balls, I would say. He's a bit dazed there.
I know after having those 2 concussions in the one game, I wasn't probably right for 2 or 3 weeks. Didn't miss a game, but I just felt even during training sessions and playing, I probably wasn't right.
In terms of the repair, when these fibres get shaken, as I showed you before, there are some bits which will have a chance of some repair, and they'll be in the repairing phase. But there are others that won't. The ones that are in their repairing phase, if they get another knock, they won't get better. That won't repair. It's cumulative. It gets worse.
I suddenly got a sense in my latter part of my career that, hang on, it doesn't have to be a badge of honour, and went back to my grandfather, and he just said, you don't want to be a dribbling mess when you're an old man. I was father of 2 little girls, and, you know, I want to be able to chase them around when I'm an older man and, you know, see them grow up as well. And I think that's something that's probably did play on my mind. It does change things a lot, having children. But when you're 21, starting out as a footballer, when you're 18, getting drafted, all you want to do is play. All you want to do is get the respect of your teammates.
The one thing the AFL has done well, really well, is to develop very good guidelines. Now, the problem is sticking to these guidelines, because the guidelines are well thought out, and they ensure that if they're properly followed, then the risk to the player is very low. You've got to be honest about the concussion. You've got to say actually how you feel, because there's no good test for picking up low-level concussions. If you've had a significant concussion, of course there is. But for a low-level concussion, which potentially can be dangerous as well in its cumulative effect, there is no good test. And the only test is actually say how you feel. Do you have a headache? Do you feel nauseated? Do you feel unbalanced? Are you not able to concentrate properly? Those are the symptoms of having had a concussion.
You do want to look after yourself, and certainly I've spoken to some of the younger guys who I mentor, and, you know, go in with a better technique of looking after yourself, and you don't have to go straight back out in the field and dust yourself off. It's no shame in having a week off or 2 weeks off. You're always guided by the team physios and doctors. Just look after yourself, but you can still be tough and hard at the footy.